We got a Superman trailer that was released in 4K. Uh,
Mhm.
Not really nothing hugely different by no means, but we do get a couple of better looks at Mr. Terrific and Lex Luthor, which will kind of go here. Like here's a scene we didn't get to see uh,
Mhm.
of Lex Luthor in this, and then the next one is this one right here, Mr. Terrific, which I don't know. Like I couldn't. I had issues like picturing Nicholas Holt as I love Nicholas Holt. And I love a lot of things he's been in.
Mhm.
Like I don't know about him being Lex Luthor, but kind of. I know we don't.
Did you hear that he actually like shaved his head and then put a bald cap on top of that to make it even that much more balder?
No,
Like
I did not hear
I don't.
this.
Okay, so I was like geeking out when I found that out
Yeah,
because I do love Nicholas Hoult as well. He does a great Beast.
yeah.
In X-Men, right?
Uh-huh.
So, knowing that I really like him as like an actor, we got to see him in Nosferatu. As much of a
Yeah,
movie that I
yeah.
didn't really enjoy that as, he did a really good job, right? And I say
Wasn't
that all the
he
time.
also in Renfield with Nicolas Cage?
Yes.
Yeah, I just realized that's two like Dracula movies. It just now hit me. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off on a
No,
tangent.
no, no, you're
But
fine. I actually did talk about that with my roommate, and I told her, and we were like talking about Nosferatu, and
yeah,
then we started talking about how he was the same, like, and yeah. Anyway, he's like the next up and coming, like big bad apparently, and now
yeah,
he is. He's really the big bad, right? He's Lex Luthor.
yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, I think that like as like a techie kind of nerdy villain, like I
Uh,
think he definitely does fit into that role, like his persona and how he holds himself and how we've seen him in different roles. I think that he can pull it off. From
yeah,
the Lex Luthors that I've seen at least.
yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like when this trailer came out, that's what kind of sold me on it. Like kind of see how he carries himself and moves
Hmm.
around and his mannerisms. It seems like I know you don't get to hear him. I don't think you get to hear him talk at all in the trailer, but like just seeing him in action moving, I'm like, okay. And he seems
Hmm.
like a little on edge, Lex Luthor. So I'm like, okay, I can see this now. I think this is going to
Yeah.
work for me.
So
Uh,
who is Mr.
Terrific.
Terrific? Is that another villain?
So I don't know much about Mr. Terrific, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I
Okay.
do
I
know
didn't.
he is played by the guy that played Darwin in X-Men First Class. So he is the one that played Darwin. He could evolve into adapt to his
Absorb
surroundings.
and yeah.
Well, he had to adapt to his surroundings, and he's the one that Kevin Bacon
Mm,
killed because he's like adapt to this.
by putting the thing.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
he died,
Yeah.
which
Oh
was
man,
so
that
sad.
scene.
Yeah,
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 because he turned himself into rock and then he exploded.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like
Okay.
his body was trying to adapt to it, but he couldn't. And so,
Mhm.
but yeah, so it's kind of cool to see him back in another superhero movie playing a powered individual. Uh,
Mhm.
I I I think Mr. Terrific. I could be wrong, but I think he's good. I
Okay.
did.
I
Yeah,
don't know. We're gonna
I don't
see.
know.
And
I'm sure people in the
find
comments let us know.
yeah, tell us in the comments if Mr. Terrific actually is good or if he's
Yeah.
bad. Because at this point, I don't know. Because I haven't really read comics, and Superman's a
Mhm.
very comic, like it's a comic driven
Right.
movie from what
Oh,
we've seen
very
with
much
Guy
so.
Gardner and everything.
Right.
So I don't know. We're gonna
Yeah.
see. I mean, that comes out in July, so there's a lot of good things coming out soon.
Yeah. Oh god, so much. And there's certain things, like DC previous universe before Gun, things that should be
Hmm.
left in the past, and some people just can't leave some things in the past. And I hate to even bring this up as a topic because god, this movie was so bad. But Andy Machete, which is the director of The Flash, just recently outspoken and said, hey, the reason The Flash bombed and didn't do well is because fans of the comic books just don't even like the character of the Flash. And now that's what he's blaming his movie of doing so bad on. But then I'm like, interesting,
Is
because how
this
many
the
seasons of
Flashpoint paradox thing that we
is it,
saw the different Batmans in? Is this that movie?
yeah, with Ezra Miller?
Oh,
Yeah, the last
mm,
Flash movie. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Okay, okay.
yeah, yeah. So, anyways, he's like, yeah, it's just because comic book fans don't even like the character of the Flash. But then I'm like, that's interesting because the most successful CW series was the Flash, that had
Right,
I can't
and
even tell you how
everybody
many
loved.
seasons.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
everybody
everybody
loved
loved
that,
it. Yeah,
and then like everybody was excited for this. and I don't know. I mean, like
Well,
you also had like all of the on Max. You have all of the different Flash like Paradox or otherwise like Flash movies that is on HBO Max.
right.
And
Yeah,
those are done really well, and
yeah.
people talk about
Well,
how well those are
right.
done. So then they compare that to what this was, and I think
Hmm.
that's what the miscommunication is and why he's blaming this, I guess,
Oh
on
no. He just made a crap movie. He just can't be accountable for it. That's what it is. I mean, it had bad CGI. Could be written better. You know, there was a controversy with Ezra Miller. We won't get into that. There's all kinds of things of why that movie's bad. So
Hmm.
yeah,
I
great guess.
didn't mind it, honestly. Like
Oh,
for
my
I
my
didn't
main
mind
thing
it
was the CGI. What bothered me, it made it so rough for me to watch, was how poor the CGI was.
when
Like
he
I
was in
just
the paradox and they were doing
oh
the
all through it,
thingamabobs.
even at the beginning when
Okay.
the babies are falling from
Oh, and he
the
puts it in the toaster oven or the microwave or
yeah,
whatever.
all
That
all
one.
all of it. Like that CGI was bad when,
Oh man, I forgot about that scene.
yeah, when you see the Elseworlds and the different characters in the multiverses, like that CGI was god awful. And yeah, there's a lot of reasons. It's not people love the Flash. People love the character of the Flash. Like every DC fan
I
I
feel like I'm
know,
gonna have to go back and watch this now.
oh,
Oh no.
I will never. Uh I just won't. But anyways, I think it's hilarious that he won't let it go. He's still talking about it, and now that's what he's blaming the failure of the Flash on.
Just
Uh
let it go.
yeah. But
But on other like good things that
yeah.
James Gunn is now taking over and doing, we do know that Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow has
Mhm.
officially begun
Production.
the production. Yeah, thank you. I couldn't think of filming whatever the word of the day is.
Yep.
So yeah, this is supposed to be the next thing after Superman, right?
Yes, it will release June 26th of 2026.
Okay.
Yep. And then Mike Flanagan's Clayface is slotted to hit after that, September 11th, 2026. So, but
Ooh.
yeah.
Well, no, is yeah, Clayflakes. Yeah, you're
Mhm.
right. You're absolutely right. Sorry. Yeah,
No,
so
you're
that's
good.
supposed to be September 11th, and then we did get some news about that dynamic duo that we talked about a couple of weeks
Yes.
ago. And that's supposed to hit theaters on June 30th,
Mhm.
2028. So this is supposed to be the duo of the two Robins.
Mhm.
So we're starting to get things coming out slotted up. So,
Yeah, and also, so like I know there's also been James Gunn made a post, I think, to Instagram, maybe. I don't know, one of those social media platforms.
that's probably X, yeah.
Yeah, it may be, but people are like, if the Penguin, is in your realm of DC, but it's
Mhm.
Elseworld, and then what else was there? Harley Quinn, the Harley Quinn
Mm.
animated series. They're like, why are these not getting labeled with your new DC look? And he's like, actually, that's because they are in Elseworlds. He's like, we're currently in development of Elseworlds DC's own special logo, and then once
Mhm.
that actually gets created and they decide on that, then everything Elseworlds will be having this same consistent Elseworlds DC logo that he's working on currently. So, yeah. So you'll
Hmm.
know also by the logos at the beginning if there's ever any questions asked, which obviously on here we'll cover it before it comes out, what part it's going to be
Right.
of. But yeah, they'll have their own Elseworlds logo and their own main timeline logo. So
But something that is supposed to be of this world of the normal DCU that is a part of James Gunn's DCU is Swamp Thing. So that actually got said that that is going to actually be a part of DC, I thought.
well, I don't know. So
Oh.
James Mango spoke on that the other day, and
Hmm.
he's like, this Swamp Thing of mine that I'm doing will be simple, clean, gothic horror, and he's like, but it will be a standalone. So if it's going to
Huh.
be a standalone, it makes you wonder, like, is it standalone in the main universe, but there's just going to be no tie-ins of other characters, and it won't vary into after it into other stories to be combined, or is
Hmm.
it going to be a standalone Elseworld? But James Mango did say that it's going to be a standalone. But yeah,
Huh. because I could have sworn that James Gunn had said that that was actually going to be part of his DCU.
I know.
I don't know. I'm going to go back and review.
Well, we all know.
I could be completely wrong.
Well, we
you
all
know?
know how they always change their minds on a million things before something's
And we
decided
don't
on.
have a date for this yet, right? Because James
No.
Gunn had said that like he wants things to have an actual script before he's going to let it be released, which is why we're getting
Mhm.
Batman 2 constantly getting pushed back,
Now
even though they said that
2027.
it's going to, they did say that it was going to start getting filmed this year.
Hmm.
Um, which makes you think like, is it supposed to come out sooner? Is this like what their plan is for them to just tape Batman 2 and then just show it to James Gunn and be like, just let us have a release date in 2026, and you'd
Well,
be like,
the script's not
sure.
even finished for Batman 2.
Exactly, which is why
Yeah.
you're like, it's supposed to be starting to film like or production or whatever quite
Originally,
soon.
yeah. Yeah,
Um, yeah,
I think it's changed completely now, and it's like, why? Because I mean, how was it been 2 years now since the Batman came out? Year and a
I
half?
think it's been 3. It was like 2020, was it
Was
not?
it really? Oh my god, I don't know. I
Hold on.
know it's been a
Hold on,
minute,
while you
and I know that it's been a minute, and I know 2027 is a long time in between the first and the second one.
Yeah. Oh, it came out in 2022. So yeah, it's been 3
Whew.
years.
I mean, like to me, when it comes to movies that especially are highly anticipated and people are know it's going to be world building, they don't need to
Mhm.
be no more than 2 years apart. Two and a half.
No.
Like that.
And I mean, we
That's
know the story of Batman. Like we know
yeah.
what we're supposed to be
And,
getting out of
and
this.
come
So
on, guys.
why are we waiting?
Yeah, and here's the other thing: if the Russo brothers can do Infinity War and Endgame a year apart, there's no excuse, guys.
And
No excuse.
Doomsday and Secret Wars like a year apart
Right.
from each other, and they're coming
Exactly.
out with Electric State this year because that's also Russo Bros. If we all
Yes.
forgot about Electric State that we talked about it
Yes.
like a couple of months ago at this point, um, like they're doing it, but also like obviously not everybody's the Russo Bros because they're the Russo Bros for a reason why we
Right.
know them so well.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, they set a standard, like a very high standard in cinema. But
Yeah, Matt Reeves. That's who
yeah.
did the Batman. Okay.
Oh, I
I
didn't
couldn't
realize you're.
remember the
Oh, I
name.
didn't realize you're trying to think of it.
Because I was like, they. Who is they? Ah, it's the
that
Matt
that
Reeves.
guy.
So that guy. He's
Oh
not Russo Bros, but he is Matt Reeves. Not
yes.
that Matt Reeves has been doing bad. It's just
No,
like, why
no.
are we waiting until 2027 to get Batman
Right.
2?
Yeah.
I'm sad. I'm hurt.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I am anxious to see more storytelling of that universe. Like I really am. Even if it is an Elseworld, like I'm intrigued. This universe has me intrigued. But if they wait too long, I may just sleep on it, forget it. So,
I
oh
mean, we're
man.
not, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, but I metaphorically.
Yeah.